Hey guys!
Hi!
This is Kristi. You've seen her before. She's in one of my videos a million years ago where we promised that we would do a collaboration.
About a year ago.
A year ago.
Yeah.
I make good on my promises, just wait a couple years. I'll do it. She's RawBeautyKristi on her channel, and we're going to do a fun tag here and then one on her channel. And she also did my makeup. Don't I look so svelte and swish and swanky and other things that start with S? Smoky. We filmed that too, so either you've seen it or you will see it. I'll put it up before or after all of this. I think this is going to be fun. I tried to do some truths that if you are a bits and clipser, we have the stupidest name ever on YouTube. I hate that that's our name. Think of a better name for us. Somebody, please. If you've been with me for a long time, then some of you guys will already know the answers to these. She's one of them, so she might know the answers to these.
Yes.
Everybody should know what this tag is, right?
Yeah, it's all around YouTube.
It's something you play before even YouTube existed. But if you don't know what it is...
Two truths and a lie is she and I are both going to tell each other two truths and one lie, and we both have to guess which one the lie is. And, I mean, that's it.
Yeah, simple as that. Should I start?
Yes.
Okay. When I was 21, I briefly worked for Kressley of Queer Eye for the Straight Guy fame. When I was 17, I quit my job on 2 days' notice and flew to Europe by myself with no return flight plans. When I was 13, my mother accidentally infested a cruise ship with cockroaches.
That one is the lie.
The cockroaches one?
Yes.
Nope!
Alright!
When I was 13 years old, my mom and I went on the Big Red Boat, which I unfortunately got my first period on something called the Big Red Boat.
Oh, unfortunate.
I spent a lot of time crying about that one. We got to go dock at the Bahamas, and my mom sneakily brought a beautiful coconut. She thought it was gorgeous and she wanted to keep it as her little souvenir. She brought it back into our little cabin, and you know when you're on a cruise, little teeny tiny cabins and like bed bunk things and everything, and she opens up her bag where she had the coconut inside, and the coconut did not have coconut inside. Instead, I swear, millions, probably not really, but when you see a lot of creepy crawly things coming up and out and going like this all over the place, you're up on the tiny little bunks screaming our heads off. Yeah, we actually had to have our room fumigated, and we had to move into different rooms. My mom probably got a very severe slap on the wrist. So
Not really.
There's a reason for not bringing such things. Oh, Louise is trying to call. We're recording. We're vlogging.
Okay, but
You just want to show me your cat.
Is it a cat?
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me which one of those was the lie then.
Okay.
So the cockroaches were true. The Europe.
No, Carson Kressley. I totally made that up.
I don't even know who that is.
Queer Eye for the Straight Guy. He looks like Ellen. I actually did. I had pulled everything from a little bit of truth. Now I'm giving that away. But I actually did follow him around for 6 blocks in Soho when I was in New York when I was 21. So I turned that into a job.
Alright.
Didn't really happen. Your turn.
My dad smoked cigars with Hanson's dad at a concert. I've been a bridesmaid at 6 weddings, and I used to teach Sunday school at church.
I totally see your dad being like shaggy side hair, Hanson dad. Like we have shaggy side hair, so let's smoke cigars
Shaggy
together.
side hair.
Yeah, I see that.
That's pretty accurate.
The second one was.
I've been a bridesmaid at 6 weddings.
Okay, I'm guessing that that's the lie, and it was really like 7 weddings or 4 weddings.
I've never been a bridesmaid.
Aww.
I know!
You're just missing out on a really big expense, really. That's all
Really?
it is. You
Okay.
spend so much money to be a bridesmaid. So much money. But it's a lovely honor. Number 2! I once was chased by Seattle City SWAT team while I was driving a minivan. Ryan and I were once chased and had to pull swift moves to lose a guy, some random guy. In high school, my aunt let me drive her brand new Mini Cooper, and I accidentally totaled it and drove into my neighbor's fence.
That one is way too detailed to not be true, I think. They're all detailed, because this is Marie, bits and clips. And she can't just have little lies.
I can't stop talking is the thing. I start talking, I'm like, and then it had
And then into
a
the
feather,
fence, and then one piece of the fence flew off, and then it hit into
There was a dog was there.
I think that the first one is the lie.
The first one was, I was once chased by the Seattle City SWAT team in a minivan. That is true!
Why?
Yeah! In a job that I worked for, I'm gonna make this so brief, but it's like a whole story. In a job that I worked for, I was in a very well-marked vehicle. It had like the phone numbers and things you can call on the sides and everything. And a Seattle City SWAT van was driving on the freeway, and it was an armored car. in the middle with SWAT team, like cars on all sides of it. That armored car cannot go the speed limit. We were both driving the same distance, and at first I pulled over because they had their like lights and everything on, and I pulled over. You're on the freeway, so I just pulled over to the far like exit lane, thinking I'll let them go by. I did let them go by, but they weren't going the speed limit. So eventually I caught back up to them, and you're not supposed to just continually be in the exit lane, so I kept having to move over. Anyways, one of the men who was driving one of the surrounding vehicles got very upset about it. He called the number that was on the side of my van. When I got back to my office, 3 or 4 or 5 hours later, there was a long voicemail that I had to sit down with my boss and listen to, where they said I impeded an emergency and that I should have my job taken from me, and that Seattle City SWAT, and like he was so hardcore. Kinda not really the truth, because I said I was chased by them.
I know, I'm thinking like chase, like you murdered somebody and they're like...
I bent it there a little bit.
But all I have to say is they're not gonna have to chase you real far in a minivan. Like
yeah,
if the SWAT team...
I had my hair in pigtails, and I literally had fake freckles painted on my face
I'm
as I'm driving a
it.
minivan. The lie was...
The totaling the car.
Yeah, and I don't have an aunt who had a Mini Cooper, and that would kill me if I were to have totaled it that way.
You were really descriptive.
I know, I probably oversold it a little.
But enough to where I got it wrong. So I have a tattoo that no one but my husband knows about. I know the entire rap to Look at Me Now by Chris Brown. I have it memorized. And I have never been on a sandy beach.
And the tattoo then?
I don't have a tattoo.
You want a tattoo and you're just scared of the pain, or you just don't want
No, I don't care about the pain. I just can't commit.
Oh, yeah.
I'm scared of commitment.
I think that's not called a loser, that's called smart.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I would have
good life choice.
Real dumb tattoos had I gotten them when I first thought it. But I do, yeah, and then I have the entire rap to that song memorized.
We should do, I actually can rap Aaron's Party by Aaron Carter.
Those two songs are so the same. One's all about partying, playing basketball in your Nike Jordans.
Oh my gosh, you know the song too!
Oh yeah!
Number 3, I was on Deal or No Deal as a support guest. You know what that is? Like when the person who's like, will you make a deal? Do you want to refer to your team? And then there's people like, you can do it, woo! That's a support guest. Justin Timberlake sang me happy birthday on my 21st birthday. Oh, my husband is related to someone famous that is still currently in the headlines.
All I can say is my life is shit. And your life is so interesting. I'm like, I've never been on a beach.
No.
And she's like, my dad is a celebrity. I'm like, Justin Timberlake did not sing you happy birthday on your 21st birthday.
Well, it is the truth. I happened to be at a media release thing of when NSYNC was performing here when Justin broke up with Britney, the day he broke up with Britney. They were filming for the This Is the Tour thing. I was at the media release thing for it, and so I was sitting in the audience, and he started singing happy birthday to his manager, and then I was like, it's my birthday too! So they sang happy birthday to me too. And actually it was all of NSYNC, but he's the only one that matters anymore.
Okay, so the one that was a lie was that Ryan has a famous family member.
He does. I can't say who it is because we have the same last name. But he does. So the lie was, I've never been on Deal or No Deal.
That just seemed so real to me because like what?
I know. Some lady randomly called me one day. I was, her daughter used to work with me. Like we were very, very slight acquaintances, but I respected her and I had met her mother a couple of times. She called me like 3 years after I stopped working at a job and she was like, I've always thought you had great energy and I've just been invited to be on Deal or No Deal. Do you want to be a support guest? But I didn't even know her, so I said, no. Congratulations, but no thank you.
Oh.
So it was like an almost truth, but I wasn't on Deal or No Deal.
See,
I don't think she ever was either. I think it didn't air or something. I never heard more about it.
You have an interesting life.
I'm tricky though. I'm picking like half-truths.
Mine are so cringy. Oh my god.
Okay.
Marie. My all-time favorite movies are horror movies. Sounds like horror movies. Horror movies. I was on stage with my favorite band at a concert, and my first real date was in a hot air balloon.
Ooh, those are good.
Oh, I guess
that's some life stuff.
Maybe.
Okay, I think the other two are really exciting, the bottom two, so I'm going to hope that the first one's the lie because the other two are cool. I want those to have happened to you.
Please just give us another one because you're right.
Yay! No, that's good, though.
I hate horror movies.
I hate them. I hate them too.
I like them. No, I don't.
The fact that you think...
I like endearing horror movies like The Lost Boys. Like,
endearing horror movies.
Like,
I've never seen The Lost Boys, so no.
What?
I don't want to be scared.
But it's not scary.
Bambi. The mom dies.
That's not scary. That's just, those are sad. They're not scary.
Dad's trampled.
Does that scare you? You like scream?
It's horrific.
It's horrific. I mean, I don't watch those either. I don't watch Beauty and the
I've never
Beast.
seen The Lost Boys.
Okay, we have to watch The Lost Boys.
Okay. This one's more like low-key. It's not so thrills and chills of life. My mom originally wanted to name me Chyna, C-H-Y-N-A. I'm a distant relative of a Norwegian queen, Queen Marie, who ruled in the early 1800s, thus my namesake. My mom thought I was going to be a boy and planned to name me Brian.
You're not a queen relative.
I'm not a queen relative.
I got one right. That sounded a little too far off.
But while we were doing this, I was like, I wonder if there was ever a Queen Marie. I wonder if there was
Googling
a Norwegian Queen Marie because I'm Norwegian. That sounds reliable. And I looked it up and there totally was.
Of course there was.
She ruled in the 1800s.
Okay, food ones.
Okay.
Okay. My favorite food is filet mignon and A1.
Okay.
Orange juice is my favorite drink, but I don't drink it. And I love crunchy cheese.
Since I know that you've spent a lot of your time being a vegetarian, I'm going to say that your favorite food is probably not steak with A1 because, or filet mignon, because that would be really hard to give that up as your favorite food.
It's totally my favorite food.
Really?
In the whole world. I could eat it every meal of every day. I hate
got that
crunchy
wrong.
cheese.
You hate crunchy cheese? What's crunchy cheese? Like nacho cheese?
No, boo. But like, okay, like I love cheese, but like, you know when you make nachos,
cheese.
let's say?
Yes.
And like the chip, and you overcook the cheese on the
That is the best part.
My husband says the same. It makes me gag.
So like if you make a quesadilla, the cheese that comes out on that, that is the best part.
I don't know what it is about it, but it makes me gag.
Okay, and then five, and the very last one. My steering wheel once detached while I was driving 70 miles per hour on the freeway. A classmate once saved my life as I tripped and fell while we were hiking on a school trip, and she grabbed like onto a tree and grabbed onto me as I fell. It wasn't really a tree, it was like poison ivy stuff, but...
Steering wheel is a lie.
Nope, truth.
Baby is a lie.
Nope, truth. My
You,
classmate once
I should have
totally
known it
lied.
because you said a poison ivy. You're like, poison ivy. We totally, it wasn't even a tree. I mean, it was totally poison ivy, and like it had this little like thing on. Gosh, and I knew it, but you're so detailed that you're just the best.
I get so nervous.
But you saved a baby's life.
I did. I was only 8 years old, so it was one of my mom's friend's baby shower, and the lady had a pool in her backyard. It was the middle of winter, and there was a pool cover on the pool, and the baby walked out, and he had a full winter coat on and everything, and he was like just learning to walk. He walked outside by himself, and in my 8-year-old brain, I was like, well, his parents must be okay with this. Like, I didn't get that nobody noticed this happening, but I loved babies, so I just followed him. He watched a soccer ball roll onto the, on top of the pool, and he followed it. He fell down, and the pool cover gathered in around him like that, and because he was wearing a big winter coat, I was able to stick my arm down into the pool and hook him by the tiniest little bit of the top of his hood of his coat, which had floated up, and I yanked, and by the time that I was pulling his head above the water, people saw from the window, and then people started coming out, and somebody helped me pull him the rest of the way up.
Did he drown at all a little bit?
He coughed a lot, but no, he wasn't like under for more than, the whole thing probably happened within a minute for sure, maybe within 30 seconds.
Dang. Okay. I've lived in 3 states before I was 4 years old. I know every word to Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, the movie. And I am deathly afraid of mosquito eaters or crane flies.
What was the first one?
I lived in 3 states before I was 4.
That's the lie.
Okay, yes.
Okay.
I've only ever lived in Washington. I really do know every single word to Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
The new one and the old one are
No.
the same?
Oh my.
Yeah.
No.
I know.
Only the old one. I mean, I know every single.
Okay.
Little.
You get to do a scene right now.
No.
The everlasting gobstopper. Go.
Wait, what?
Part of laying in bed with your grandparents that can't walk. Go. Part of act. You're turning violet. Violet. Go.
I can't. I'm afraid.
You're afraid to do it, or are we going? Is this part of the movie? Okay, we're gonna end it at that. She's off the hook. I'm not gonna make her act out the movie because you guys have stuck through a really, really long video.
Yes.
In fact, if you are still here, then you get to say a secret password like on Pee-wee's Playhouse. The word of the day is...
Ball sucker.
No, what? Chrissy! No! It got worse! No! Sorry! She will never be back here again, I promise.
I will be back
sorry.
every
I am so sorry.
day.
We will not say such things. Now I feel better for the people who didn't stick through the whole video.
If you want to hear more
Want
words
trash like that. Click on her face.
Then you can go over to my channel where that's all we talk about.
Yeah, if you were stuck through to the end, say a sentence. You can't just say the word. You have to actually use the name of a flower in a sentence. It doesn't have to be like talking about a flower though. You can be creative with it. To let me know that you made it all the way here. And then go click on her face for all your trash and filth needs. She does this.
I do makeup
while talking dirty.
Well, just keeping it real.
Raw Beauty Kristi. She is what she says she is. Click
Straight
on her.
up.
Okay, goodbye. We love you.
Bye.